Oops.
What a putz.
I've got to remember where I'm up to.
Where you're up to?
Have you started?
I always start. Nice shirt.
You like my shirt?
What does it say?
I used to have a Red Baron. You're supposed to have a scarf and be the Red Baron. When I was a kid at high school, I had a Red Baron t-shirt, and I miss it. So it's nice to get a Snoopy t-shirt back again.
Yeah, you're missing your youth, are you?
Well, you always miss your youth, George. It doesn't last forever. Anyway, everybody, thank you for this year and looking after us and all the beautiful comments we've received, and all the support's been really, really, really nice. So we really, from both of us, we really appreciate that. And happy Christmas and a new year. And I'm looking forward to this upcoming year. Hopefully, it'll be a better year for everybody. And, it's a very stressful year, this one, and so that's about that. So this video, I haven't been doing much on the car. It's been so hot and humid here, like 80–90% humidity, practically swimming, and so I had to just stop. Otherwise, the paint will blister and everything will just turn guts up. So I was waiting until the humidity drops, then I'll get back into it. So I've been working on the engine. So we've got some footage of the engine. It's going to be a pretty slow video, so my apologies. And the last one for this year. So unless I can get another one out, but I doubt that. And, is there anything else you want me to say, Josh? Because I'm just prattling here. I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying.
No, that's it. We'll endeavour to try and maybe finish the ute next year.
Yeah, I'd like to get it up. I'd like to get it in and running and driving. So it's nearly there. It won't take us long to get the paintwork on when the weather cheers up a bit. We've got the doors and the guard. I've got to do the bonnet, the back panels, and it's getting there.
Yeah.
And the roof.
We'll just, as soon as the weather, it's not so humid, we'll just hook into it.
Yeah. I mean, inside the tray and stuff's pretty well neat. They can just be undercoated, sanded and painted, so that won't take long. So I'm suspecting some heavier progress when the weather cools a bit. And plus, I find working in the heat really knocks me about these days. I only get a couple of hours. I'm getting on, I'm not 21 anymore. I'm in my 40s now. Hard work.
You wish.
So the engines there looks very pretty. I'm very pleased with the engine, and I'm going to start on the XW engine for the other ute. I've started on it already, but I'm going to finish that off, get it together. I've got some parts to order for it, so I'll order them in the new year, and we'll get that up and painted too. And yeah, enjoy. I ended up with two colours on the engine, so tell me which colour you like best. The first colour, I think I liked it better, but it was just wrong. But yeah,
I like the second colour better.
Yeah.
Anyway, people can watch the video and find
colour,
out.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the Brock early with the early Brock Commodores. That bluey greeny blue he had. It was quite a unique colour. It's quite bold at the time, and the engine kind of looked like that colour. And but it was just it just wasn't Ford blue. And, the paint shop guy mixed it up for me, and yeah, no, but it was a good try. Yeah. So thank you all, and Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year. We'll see you soon. We're talking heads today. I've been, I should be working on my car, and I'm not. I'm having a motivational crisis on it. But I want to get my engine bolted up and fit, ready to test run. So we're just working towards it. It's a while off yet. Don't be too keen. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about heads and valves and lapping paste and stuff, and most of you guys should know about this, and you can easily find out about it. There must be a million videos online, but things we got to look out for when you're doing a head and taking a seat. Yes, it's not fully cleaned up yet, but it's getting better. And look at that, I'm going to have to put that in a bead blast in there. I can't get in there. It was left in the weather, this head, which is a pity because it was pulled off a perfectly good engine, and the guy put aluminium heads on it, but these just got left out in the weather a bit, and so it sort of just mucked them up, but it's in actually beautiful condition. I'll get the right one. Let's get the right one. There we go. So that's a good looking valve. Well, pretty good. Stainless steel. And sure enough, it's stainless steel. Just run a rare earth magnet on it. And this will be a compression valve. I mean, an inlet valve, compression. I'll just get this right. Exhaust valve and inlet valve. Inlet valves don't need to be stainless because the fuel going over them cools them. So they're always run cooler than exhaust valves, which have hot gases flowing over them all the time. Anyway, I wanted to just show you valves. So there's a faulty valve. Can we get onto that? So we can put this in somewhere. Faulty meaning worn out, not really meaning faulty. I'm just going to zoom in on that. If we look at here, you'll see that the seat, I'm dizzy. See, it's actually melted. The top of it's overheated and started burring the top of the valve around, and that one's not. I don't know if this footage is going to be usable. On the side, if you can see here, you'll see that it's convexed here, and there it's nice and flat. So this is out of the good head, and that's off an old head that I can't use that valve. You can reground it, but that's even grind them, but this is too far gone. That's just something you throw at your neighbour, and that's already had it. So I wanted to show you that. So, and here's exhaust valves. Oops, where is it? And they're in pretty nice condition. You can see they're in pretty good condition. So that'll do it. And the other trick to do, I'm not going to show you, but you can bloody figure it out for yourself. But when you're grinding a valve, use the valve grinding paste sparingly. It's bloody horrible stuff. It gets everywhere. And if you leave it in there somewhere, if you don't clean it properly, it's going to ruin your motor. It's really aggressive stuff. And I've seen people, they put it on and they spin it up with drills and they spray it everywhere and it's getting everywhere. My God, you just need the tiniest little amount, and you just touch it up with your finger every now and again. Just rub it in again and then go grind. And you don't want to grind too much, otherwise you're simply wearing out your seat. So I'm prattling again, but maybe I'll set up on a tripod and we'll just lap one valve or something and I'll show you. But use this paste sparingly. Just a little sprinkle on the outside. You're just looking for a little bit of grey. So I put way too much on my finger. So much for sparing, eh? Wipe the excess off like that. Here it goes smooth and quiet. You just need to do that. Just to move, here it goes. Zoom you in again. Geez, you can almost see like that, can't you? Okay, so anyway, so that's how you lap in some valves mostly, and yeah, you just got to make sure that you don't have the whole seat of the valve. If the seat's worn out and stuff, you'll get the whole valve will be done. And suddenly dawned on me why it's high, because you don't want too much of the valve sticking out when the engine's firing. So that's why it's high on the top of the valve. I would have thought it would have been deeper on the shoulder, but in hindsight, I remember now. I think that's pretty well it. So we'll inspect the seat, but it's all pretty good. So I've got to do all of them, so it's a bit of a boring, repetitive job. But what I'm doing is giving it a bit of a tidy up. I'm not actually reconditioning this head. The guides are good in here. It's like virtually no movement at all, and with all of them. The valves are heavy duty valves. They've got the big shoulder here. I'll show you a standard one. So you can see it's got that shoulder there, and that one's got no shoulder. So this one's a heavier duty valve, and the reason it's heavy duty is because it takes double valve springs. You know, just a little update on the 351 Clevo. Got these heads all cleaned up, lapped in, valves, you know, the usual, new valve guide rubbers. Yeah, so they're beautiful. Like, they're a really beautiful set of heads. Double valve springs, so it's got a, you know, a very, very mild cam in it, and hydraulic lifters, very standard engine. I don't want any performance out of this of any consequence. I'm just doing the cam followers now on the lifters, and I'll put the rock covers from Valley cover on, rockers on. And I don't know, maybe give it a paint job. Pretty well put the harmonic balancer on, which is pretty well done. I am going to make this up to a T5 gearbox. So I might have to get a Dello conversion for a T5, and that'll go in the ute here. And so that's about all I got. I mean, unless somebody gives me some advice that makes me want to go somewhere else, I'm not sure. Can't see anything through that, anyway. And the reason is that I'd like to go just smoother. I don't have a gearbox to go in the ute other than the T5. I can make it auto. I do have a C4 there, down there, it's hidden down in there. A C4 which is in beautiful condition. And, needs checking out still, but it is in good nick. I could bolt it straight in to work perfectly, I'm sure of it. But I'll get the auto guy to have a look at it anyway. So, yeah. At the moment, everything's shambly. It rained, it's steamy and hot, so I've sort of decided that I've gone off the bodywork for a bit, and we had to do Josh's car, and Josh is just resetting his computers and things like that now. And is that right, Josh?
That's right.
Yeah. So. You reckon we should go the aftermarket rocket covers, or the genuine Ford dinged up with its, I'll panel beat it. I think I like the Ford ones with the Ford badge on them better.
Well, they line up better, don't they? Those aftermarkets are a bit, they don't line up well.
No, they've got you can see where the valve spring's been rubbing here. Right there, and I haven't sort of welded this in the right place. But these are good. I think I might sandblast these, we'll panel beat them, and then we'll paint these. And if I don't like them, well, I can always go back to these.
Let's put them in a sandblasting booth and make them look nice.
I never was a great advocate for chrome. So what do you reckon we should go for the original manifold? It's a 4V manifold, I believe. It's got 4 Venturis, so it's got to be 4V. And
No.
or the Edelbrock one.
I think that's a pretty easy decision, isn't it?
It's a lot lighter. I can tell you what, you go the Edelbrock manifolds and the aluminium heads, and gee, you've taken out 50 kilos, haven't you?
Then an aluminium block.
Yeah, well then it's just a brand new motor. So we got Josh sandblasting again. The rocket covers. We gave him a paint strip, and now we're going to just see if we can see in here. Look at that. Oh, bloody good. Look at that, man. He's so good. This is me 351 Cleveland. Nearly got it together now. I've been doing a bit of work on this. It's been so hot and muggy, I sort of just don't feel like doing anything too physical. So, got to get a fuel pump. And this tappet cover had a big ding in it, and it's been hard to get it straight. And looks worse than it really is. So I'll use it until I can get a new one. It's a genuine Ford one. The other one's fine. I got the Edelbrock intake manifold, and but over here, and it's a nice looking thing too, I might add. You know, it's a really good looking thing. Put them back. Good. But I've got the original one, and this is a 4V one. Just your thing, and I kind of like it, like original. My shiny oil caps. Got two different types. Not sure which one to put on the car. I've seen pictures of like GTs, not that this is a GT of any way, but they have both. That one but has a right angle bend. I don't have the right angle bend. I think they go up, I don't know, but just as a breather somewhere. And, so anyway, so that's about it. So I'm not far off painting this motor now. Give it a splash of blue. I've got the blue, and she'll look like a beauty then. And it's actually, you know, pretty good. Look at that. And, this will be a very nice engine. I took the Edelbrock manifold off and put the standard 4V one on it. I know the Edelbrock will give it a lot more power, etc. Having said that, I kind of just wanted this engine to be very original. I don't want power in a ute. You turn yourself around. Ford. These are my rocket covers, and Josh said, film everything you're painting. So I didn't, but I did. I am filming them now that I have undercoated them. So I've got to sand them back because they were pretty rough. They had a fair bit of surface rust on them, and so as a result, I'll send it back smooth because I don't know. I like shiny engines. What can I say? So that's going to be at least shiny and smooth. This is my 351 Cleaver, and I'm not happy with the colour. It looks bluer in video, and in real life it's just a bit too greeny. So I bought a new colour, more blue. I got a paint code finally, and yeah, so as pretty as it is, I'm going to repaint it. While it's still green, the paint too, so it'll stick well. So I'm about to do that. I'll put you on time lapse. So what do you want me to say, Josh?
Don't know. What do you want to say about it?
You like my shiny oil cap?
You wouldn't even know it's not new.
The engine's together. It's ready for a final assembly. I haven't got a carby, so if anybody's got a carby they want to sell for a 351 a Holly, I'd be very interested. Leave a message, leave a note of the comment or comments, or what's the email address, Josh?
I'll put it in the description.
We'll put the email address in the description if you've got a Holly you'd like to part with. And anything else?
Looks good.
A couple of tappet covers here. These ones are pretty sad. I like fresh ones, but it's not the end of the world. And I don't know. Take a look at these manifolds, people. Everybody. They're not the XY ones, are they? I don't know what they were. I think the XY ones come like dumped to here or something, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure what they're out of because I bought this motor separately.
So you're just going to use these ones for a test run?
I'll use these ones. I might buy extractors and a good set of stainless extractors and spend the money. We're a bit light on money at the moment, so we're trying to not be ferocious with the bank account. Anyway, that's about it. We've got some pulleys to put on and she's done.
Do you want to
completion of the engine.
Do you want to jack the car up a bit and
put the engine in?
Yeah.
No.
See what it looks like.
We've got to fit the gearbox. I think I'm putting a T5 gearbox in this, and so I've got to get a Dello conversion for it. So that's my next thing. So can't think of anything else, and so that's it. I'm very relieved. The reason I'm putting the engines together is because I'm sick of having all the bits and pieces lying around. So this gets it all, everything in. It's amazing how much more room you have when an engine's put together. I mean, just having sumps and manifolds and heads and valley covers and tavet covers and distributors and water pumps and pulleys, they're all just spread out, and it makes a big mess.
Plus, you can't really paint undercoat that thing in this weather anyway.
No, it's been so hot and steamy, we've been sort of on hold with that, because what happens is it's the humidity blisters you'll get. And I don't want humidity blisters, so we're just going to wait for the humidity to drop off a little bit, and it is happening slowly. We've had a lot of rain, and then I'll get back to it. So there's a video coming on that soon, don't worry.
Yeah.
And the other thing is we've got the, we've got the Windsor here. So I've got to buy a few new parts for the Windsor, and but it's nearly ready to rock and roll. I'll put the heads on it. I've got the heads. I'll just get back to this as well. So if the humidity keeps going, I'll finish assembling the Windsor as well, which would be nice. So I'll have two motors ready to rock and roll. This one goes in the orange ute when Josh and I finally fix the
rust.
The bend in it. And it's not the rust, it's the problem.
Oh.
It's not too bad with rust, but it's very bent. But we've got a whole new straight side, and it'll come out perfect. It's not actually bent, it just sort of tore apart really. And, anyway, I guess there's nothing else to talk about, is there?
No.
Well, do you want me to make this the completion of the video, Josh? I could even do it sitting down.
You could.
So about this video, it's going to be a little bit hodgepodge, a bit on heads, a bit on engine putting together. Sorry about that. But anyway, just know it's coming and everything's good. And sorry it's been so long between drinks. So we'll get there with it. So